Hi students, welcome back to your class. So we'll start the topic called as ground tissues. See here, these cells appear larger with nucleus that appear prominent. See here, I said each and every cell. Okay, we are ground tissues, these are plant tissues, right? So if you go for the animal tissue, if you go for the plant tissue, they has nucleus at the center. Okay, in plant tissue the nucleus is pushed aside because in plant cell because it contains vacuole in the center. Okay, it contains vacuole in the center, it is occupying a major portion and nucleus pushed aside means nucleus is present compulsory. Okay, in plant cell major one is another difference between the animal cell and plant cell is a cell wall. Okay, cell wall difference also. Okay na? So based upon the cell wall and thickness of the cell, okay, thickness of the cell and its intercellular spaces and storage, their function, the cells are divided into three types here. Okay, first one, three types, the ground tissue is divided into three types. Okay na? So first one is a parenchyma, second one is collenchyma, third one is sclerenchyma. Okay na? Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. See here ma, parenchyma cells. See here, if you go for the parenchyma cells, these cells are like this, thin cell wall. Okay, thin cell wall is present means this cell wall is thin. Okay na? Cell wall is thin. And the space is a gap or a space is present between the cells. These are the three cells, a small gap is present. Okay, so this gap is called as intercellular space. Okay, intercellular space. So this parenchyma mainly it is present below the upper epidermis and lower epidermis. See here ma, this is the cuticle and below this we have epidermis layer. Okay, below this we have, if you go for the structure of the leaf, we have a parenchymatic cell. So this also comes under mesophils ma. Okay, this is a mesophilic region. So in this mesophilic region, these are the parenchymatic cells. Okay, so parenchyma is with the thin cell wall and intercellular spaces are present. Okay, and it contains chloroplast. It contains a chloroplast structure like this, chloroplast structure. Okay, this is a chloroplast structure, granum, okay, with a thylakoid, and this is a granum, thylakoid membrane, stroma, lamella. Okay, so it contains the chloroplast also. So if parenchyma which contains chloroplast is called as chlorenchyma. When it contains each and every cell contains chloroplast. Here specifically if the parenchyma contains the chloroplast, we will call it as chlorenchyma. Okay, now we are calling it as chlorenchyma. Okay, chlorenchyma. Next one, the parenchyma which contain large air cavities. See here, chlorenchyma, in each and every parenchymal tissue compulsory chloroplast is present. So that time we are calling that parenchyma has a chlorenchyma. See this one, this is a structure with number of cells clumped together. So this is in greenish in color due to the presence of chloroplast and a pigment called chlorophyll in that one. Okay, so I said chloroplast is present, and see here air cavities, this is the parenchyma tissue, number of cells together will give rise to tissue. Okay, so big air cavity, this is not a cell ma, this is not a cell, a small big air cavities, big, just like a pockets of air cavities, pockets. Okay, pockets of air cavities is present, air cavities or pockets, just like a pockets of air filled with an air. So those air cavities or spaces, we can call it as spaces, if this is present between a pockets or air cavities or spaces is present between the cells, cells. These are the pockets, okay, big pockets in the center of the parenchymal tissue. That time this tissue we are calling it as parenchyma. Parenchyma, okay na? Parenchyma, okay. So mainly this ground tissue not only what's its main function, storage of the food material, okay. So it is stored in the form of parenchyma, in the parenchyma cells, collenchyma cells and sclerenchyma cells. Parenchyma cells here with the chloroplast, that time we will call it as chlorenchyma, and when it has air cavities in that one we will call it as arenchyma, okay na. Mainly chlorenchyma, chloroplast useful for the photosynthesis. Arenchyma, air spaces are present by which the plant has a floating capacity. It gets a floating capacity. Most of them phytoplanktons, floating plants, phytoplanktons, okay. Floating plants aquatic floating plants, they float on the water, okay na. Next one, they also, parenchyma also stores water and food or waste products. It is also called as a storage tissue. It is storing the water, food, waste product, okay, waste products. So this is called as storage tissue. It is called as a storage tissue, okay. This parenchyma is called as storage tissue. This is about the parenchyma, okay. Storage tissue, you have a diagram here, you can go through this, okay na. See here, chlorenchyma, arenchyma, number of cells, big round structures you can see, those are not cells those are air spaces or bag like sac like structures filled with the air, okay. So this is a storage tissue, outermost epidermis, okay, and parenchyma mesophyll structure. This is from here to here, little bit dark color we have now. So that is a storage tissue, or we can call it as a cortex, okay. In cortex only xylem, phloem, okay, and many other cells are embedded which is useful for the storage purpose, okay na. So this is the storage, this is the cortex, and beneath the cortex we have pith region. So in this region the xylem phloem is present, okay. This is a xylem and above that we have a phloem here, okay, and in middle we have a pith region in the center, okay. So cortex region, this storage region is called as a cortex region. Next one we have a collenchyma. We will go for the collenchyma. So these collenchyma cells are thick cell wall. They have a thick cell wall, means like this, okay. The cell wall is thick with no intercellular spaces. There is no intercellular spaces between cell and cell. There is no space, there is no gap here like this, okay. There is no gap formation, no intercellular spaces, okay na. So this is about the sclerenchyma. The cell wall is thick and no intercellular spaces. In the sclerenchyma also cell wall is thick without intercellular spaces, okay. Next one, we will go into the vascular tissue. Vascular tissue, see here, this vascular tissue contains two types of cells. One is two types of vascular bundles, right, xylem, another one is a phloem, okay. What is the function of xylem? It carries the water. See here, this is a root system, and shoot system. From the root to the shoot, xylem is carrying the water, okay. Shoot system, root system, right, okay. This is the earth surface, shoot system, root system, okay. Water is carried from the roots to the shoots, from shoots to the roots, in shoots, leaves, in leaves, food is prepared in the form of during which process? Photosynthesis process, food is prepared. That food is supplied throughout the plant body parts, okay. So from shoot to the tip of the root or to the complete plant, who is supplying the food, who is carrying the food? Phloem. Phloem is carrying the food from shoot system to the root system or to various organs of the plant. Okay. So if we go for this experiment, one experiment is that you have to take the stem, okay, small stem, and put it in a red color water, red color mixed solution. We have to take water solution. Okay. In that we have to place that stick for few minutes, like dicot stem or monocot stem we can take ma. I said what is dicot, what is monocot for 9th class. So dicot stem or monocot stem we will take. Later what we will do, we will take a thin section like this. Okay. Transfer section we will take thin slice of this stem and place it under the microscope. Okay na, and place it in another way also we can do. One is placing the stem in directly in pink color, red color I said. Another one method is also there ma. Take the stem, okay, you have to take a thin section of the stem. So thin section will be getting like this. This one section of this is the stem. Thin upper section we will cut and place it in a watch glass which contains water. Okay, in this water what we are doing, we are adding saffronin solution. We are adding saffronin stain. Saffronin is in pink color ma. Saffronin is in pink color. So we are adding saffronin in this one. Okay. So this water turns into pink color. Only one drop we will add. Okay. Later we will take this section of stem and place in this one for 1 minute. Okay. This stem will absorb the what? Pink color. So that time we can see the complete parts, complete different types of cells with different difference. We can see cells little bit thick colored saffronin, some like this picturization we can see in the complete saffronin color. So here he mentioned that, okay, he mentioned that the red color one is indicating the xylem cells absorb. So xylem cells absorb the red color he is telling. This is one method to know the different parts like xylem, phloem and other cells. Okay, this is one method. Another method according to your textbook is take the stem, okay, dip in the red solution. So from here cell contains compulsory the tubes, 2 tubes. One is xylem tube, another one is the phloem tube. We can call it as bundles. So xylem and phloem. So what will happen? That stem will, if this is in a liquid form, from here to here, xylem function they will carry the water, right? From down to from root system to the shoot system. So xylem will take that red color solution and passes that upward. So when we put the stem itself in that solution, so this upper section we have to cut and see the under the microscope. That time we will get this structure. Okay, this structure. So red color one cells are nothing but xylem tubes. Phloem one is the dark violet color they have mentioned. Those will carry the food. Okay, see here xylem only they have mentioned here. See here xylem big lumen space is present. Beside that phloem lumen is present, and beside that many cells. See here xylem. Okay, from here to here xylem cell. Beside this we have a phloem cell. What is this? Phloem tube. Okay, this is the xylem tube in the stem itself. This is a complete stem only. Okay, complete stem section or root section you can take xylem, phloem, and beside this we have companion cells, different cells compulsory. Okay na, other cells. This is the structure, actually the movement, phloem, xylem like this, phloem in opposite direction, phloem movement in the opposite direction. See here, if you go for separate structures of xylem and phloem, see here in xylem, see here it is in this, you go to this structure ma, this is the structure of xylem cell. Okay, long elongated one, we will call it as tracheids. We are calling it as tracheids. Okay, so small hole pores are present ma. So these pores are called as pits. Okay, here the space, lumen of the space is wider compared to the phloem. In phloem same like this only it will be. Okay, so like that only, but small tubes, small pores are present in the phloem like this. Okay, now this is complete phloem bundle itself. Small lumen of the phloem is very much less here. So we will call them as sieve plates. Okay, this is sieve tube, SEIV, sieve tube. Okay, in that we have sieve plates and whatever the cells beside this one. Okay, beside the phloem cells I have drawn before in the first diagram, beside those cells are called as companion cells. Okay, these are called as companion cells. So cytoplasm is present, primary wall is present. Look over the textbook, primary wall is present. So xylem and phloem compulsory arrange. See here, this is the first line, 2 lines xylem, okay, with a plate in the middle. Okay, so xylem normal cells, later phloem, okay, with the sieve tubes and sieve plates inside. Sieve plates jalleda lantidi, okay na, sieve plates, and last we have a companion cells. Okay, so cortex, pith, ivanni kuda it comes under this one. So this one in the middle it will call it as pith, and this from here to here we will call it as a cortex. Below the cortex we has one layer called as xylem and phloem, right? In the xylem and phloem, in the middle we have a pith. Okay, these all the pith cells. So these all cells are useful for the storage of the food materials and water only. Okay, so we'll start animal tissues tomorrow. Thank you. Hope you understand. Keep the textbook in front and look over the video, right?